This is Dream Chasers, episode 39, with Joel Wolh. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Adam Carswell, and welcome to Dream Chasers, Interviews with the Future. On Dream Chasers, we interview individuals with supernatural amounts of potential based on early success in their careers. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's get straight to the interview. Hey guys, this is Adam Carswell, and today I'm joined by Joel Wolh. Joel is a Funtrepeneur and CEO of Boutique Seller Services. He's originally from Brooklyn, New York, went to Touro College in Brooklyn, and now Joel lives in Toms River, New Jersey, also known as the Jersey Shore. Joel, thanks for being on the show, and do you have any opening remarks for our listeners?
Oh, just flattered that you want to have me on. I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah, happy to have you. And I'm going to give a little background on Joel. I gravitated towards him through some other people I know on my network on LinkedIn. You know, Joel, maybe you can even talk about this a little bit before we get started. He's very good at personal branding. So he's kind of got himself labeled as LinkedIn Joel. He's commenting, liking stuff all the time, posting videos, and doing it in a way that's very unique. So it stands out. And obviously, you know, he also refers to himself as a Funtrepeneur. And one more thing I want to say before we have you kind of give your feedback on everything I'm saying, Joel, is he's not afraid to voice his opinion either. Those kinds of individuals who aren't afraid to cut down to the core of whatever it is that's going on, those are the people that we gravitate towards. So Joel, in regards to everything that I just said, what's going through your head now?
Yeah, no, look, honestly, it all comes from a very humble place. So it's important to know, when I post on LinkedIn, and I try to cut through the noise, doing the same thing like everyone else is not going to get me there. And I use LinkedIn solely as a way to push myself out there and get business driven my way. So you have to make a certain kind of noise. Lots of people are doing all kinds of, shortcuts with engagement pods and tagging 1,000 people, and they'll get maybe great metrics, but I doubt they're driving serious business. Whereas my network is not that large. I have like 17,000 connections or followers, but I get serious business driven every single day through LinkedIn. So yeah, I try to stand out. In reality, personally, I'm not, it's a lot of bluster. I'm not that loud in person as I am on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're happy you're loud on LinkedIn because we've got you here now, and you'll be able to share some cool insights and also tell us a little bit about yourself. So, Joel, how long have you been operating Boutique Seller Services?
So Boutique Seller is nearly 3 years, less than 3 years. Mm-hmm. My experience with Amazon goes back a little longer than that, a couple of years longer than that. Boutique Seller started as an PPC, Amazon PPC, pay-per-click, Amazon advertising agency to help sellers with their advertising. From there, it's grown into different things. We try to call ourselves like an Amazon growth agency. We'll do whatever it takes to help you grow on Amazon. And sometimes that means calling in outside help, referring to outside agencies. It's just a pretty short period of time that we've gotten ourselves, I would say, almost to the top of the industry, of this space.
Yeah, again, from what we can see, at least from the outside looking in, it looks like it's been pretty successful and a pretty fun journey. I'm sure there's been a few bumps in the road here or there, but it's time to step into the next level chamber, Joel. When did you realize that this was something that you wanted to take to the next level?
Personally, I've kind of been like on fire for probably 6 years now. I'm 38 years old now. So I think 31, 32, like when I hit the 30s, I kind of had to like step it up, and I was doing different things. I think when I hit on this a couple of years ago, I said, this is something that I really like. For the first time in my life, I'm actually doing something that I really enjoy. Like I was able to work till 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, and I said a.m. in the morning. Very smart. I've never done that in my life. I think I posted about it once. I posted about everything once, but I posted about this once that like I've gotten there. I recall watching a family member, it was my brother, fall asleep with his computer, right? And I was so envious. I was like, man, I wish that I was so engaged in my work that I'm literally falling asleep working, because it actually represents like a certain level of success.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, you're just that attached and you have so much going on that you're falling asleep working. It's not a lifestyle that you want to do until you're 100, but you know what, when you're 30, it's okay. So yeah, when I noticed that, when I noticed how engaged I was, I said, this is it, and I'm just going to go to the top with this thing. Because, you know, when I got it, when I feel it, I know I can just take it all away.
Yeah, and I have to say one thing that's very remarkable to me about how you've been able to brand yourself on LinkedIn is, you know, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think you have a premium account, yet you generate what seems to be a pretty substantial amount of traffic. So tell us the science behind that, and give some hope to anyone out there who's been considering premium and now they can just kind of be like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, well, you know what? There are lots of different types of people on LinkedIn, right? Everyone's got a different title and employment job. So what works for a doctor is not going to work for the guy that runs a shoe store, and the accountant and the graphic design artist. So everyone's got to use LinkedIn to their own advantage and to their benefit. Some people will use it simply as a place to find employees, right? So they'll use like the job things and all these different aspects, and those different dashboards that LinkedIn offers. I don't even know what it is, right? So you might need premium for that. For someone like me who runs a service-based business, and even like as I'm going beyond the service and I'm into software tools and different, even into product business. Once you build your personal brand, you can really sell anything and do anything just by showing up, right? Like think of a really famous person, they can just show up and that's it, right? Everyone's watching and everyone's ready and receptive to what they have to offer. So in reality, while there's benefits from that LinkedIn Learning, LinkedIn Jobs, and all these other things that they offer with premium, I didn't really find much benefit with the other feature of filtering and searching for people to connect with and all that stuff in mails. It is a lot more productive, the premium. So you want to, so if you're a salesperson, for example, and you're always looking for people to sell to and to connect with and to message, you may want to use premium, but otherwise you're fine. If you want to use LinkedIn as a platform to get your message out there, there's no favoritism. If you put good content out, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I've seen a few of your videos now. One of them, I think you were wearing some sunglasses or something in the hot tub, and another one you had everyone asking, "Where's Joel?" So, you know, obviously being remarkable, being different is always important. Where do you get some of these ideas? And then also, I noticed you're big on hashtags too, so kind of combining these two questions.
Yeah,
hashtags, those videos. Where do those ideas come from? What do they do for you?
Yeah. Okay. So good questions. What do they do for you? That's the most important question of all. Whatever you see, like as a bystander or audience member, you're seeing like the front of it. It's almost like a magic show. Like I'm showing you things, but then I'm doing something behind. So behind every post, there's something there. So first of all, hashtags. I've always been creative with like these quirky titles and stuff, like taglines, and I've actually like written taglines for businesses in the past. So I've been a little creative with that. So hashtags on LinkedIn serve two purposes, two real good purposes. One, if you want to make a word pop and like get an idea out there, because hashtags are bolded. Another, if you're going to do something like Joelcast or Joel this or Joel that, and you want people to follow that, and they don't give you the metrics. I'm not sure the analytics or whatever it is. I'm not sure how many people actually follow these hashtags, but every once in a while I'm like, follow this for more amazing content. So like Joel Thoughts, that's a great hashtag. Some really good content there. One day I'll put a book together with all that stuff. So hashtags help you track it. It also helps you, number three, actually, it helps you brand yourself. If you're consistently using the same hashtag, it just pop, like people will see it. Sort of like what you see in my headline, like Funfluencer.
Right, yeah.
Now, the hot tub, I wanted to do a hot tub video a long time ago because I thought it'd be cool, like a cool series, like a hot tube, you know, like YouTube.
Yeah.
And like have interview people in the hot tub. I just thought it'd be fun. At the end of it, like you see videos, you see people interviewing people, you see all this boring stuff, and you're like, come on, like I'm not interested, right? Unless it's someone really famous, and even when it's someone really famous, like Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and I don't know, Tony Robbins and who else is on there? Whoever. right? And then you have these LinkedIn micro influencers. It's so boring, to hear people talk about business and about, motivation and growth and management and work-life balance. I mean, what are you really going to learn, right? So if you make it entertaining, then people will actually watch it and learn, because that's probably a good memory tool. Like, I'm not a psychologist, right? But if you associate the lesson with something fun, then you might remember. Like, I remember what I said in that hot tub video. Maybe you don't. The sunglasses threw you off. So I try to make it. So I was very anti-video. I mean, I still am pretty anti-video. But the problem is that everyone else is doing video, and if I want to stand out, I have to take on that medium. Mm-hmm. So I actually saw my problem with doing the hot tub series was that I didn't really want to be shirtless on LinkedIn. I just didn't feel it was appropriate. Mm-hmm. And then I saw Grant Cardone, who's on vacation somewhere, do a t-shirt hot tub video. And I'm like, oh, cool. I thought you'd be freezing in the hot tub with a t-shirt, but apparently not. I tried it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This works. It stays warm. Uh-huh. So I did that, and I put on my funky glasses. That's one of our products that we're probably selling.
Sun muffs, right?
They're called sun muffs. There you go. So, I accomplished a bunch of goals at the same time. I showed off my pretty cool lifestyle. I got the fire going in the snow. I got the hot tub. So I showed off. I showcased my product. I showed my fun personality. And what else did I accomplish? I gave a tip. I gave a lesson about catching salmon versus big
tuna.
Big tuna. Yeah. So, and I'm referring to a giant, like, billion-dollar company that reached out and had a meeting with me and a follow-up and all that. And I'm like, I don't care. I was anxious about it. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'll catch 100 small guys and I'll compare it to this one brand. And that's fine, because I'm doing that. I do that every day. So I don't need them. Mm-hmm. I think that was the point of that. But yeah, you got to cut through the noise, and you got to do it in a way that makes, like, you have to think about it from the audience's perspective. Are they interested in seeing another person on video who hasn't proven themselves? You don't even know who they are. Why would you watch their video? So at least make it fun. At least make the background interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for sharing that information, because I am definitely someone who uses a lot of video, and it's just good to hear it from someone who's already doing it. Figuring out a way to create an entertaining environment and then bring it along with a lesson, as you mentioned. For anyone listening right now too, we're going to include a link to this video we're talking about in the show notes.
Oh boy,
it's so remarkable. What's that famous story about how you're driving down the street and you see a purple cow, and like, it's no different than any other cow, but hey, I mean, it's purple. Like, it's gonna generate that attention.
Yeah.
So Joel, where do you see yourself and your firm, Boutique, in the next 3 years?
You know what? I rarely plan ahead. I was actually discussing this with a friend that's, super successful. And it's like, what do you mean you don't plan? How can you not plan and be successful? I'm like, I just push, and whatever comes. Like, I've had these plans and they failed, and other things have happened. So I try not to plan ahead, really. For me, it's about the money. Like, I have monetary goals, and I say, all right, so I'd like to be at, $20 million in 3 years. Mm-hmm. Okay, how will I get there? Now I got to stop breaking it down. Now I got to start adding services and products. It's not like about building a dream of an agency of 1,000 employees. Like, I don't care if I have 0 employees. I want to make $30 million. So
right.
It's a different way of looking at it versus like really planning the heck out of it. Like, I have a partner now in a software company, and he's trying to break down the data, and I'm like, data like of customers, where they're coming from, and mm-hmm. tracking them and all that stuff. And we just started. I'm like, listen, at this point, like, be obsessed with sales, not with data. Like, you'll worry about the data afterwards, but like, do everything you can to get sales. So it's a different perspective, and sometimes you have to do that and say, I don't know how, I don't know, what tool I will use to get there, but that's where I want to go. It's like, if you want to go cross country, like, you'll find a way. Maybe you'll hitchhike. Maybe you'll find a Lamborghini with the keys inside. You'll get there if you want to go there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's going to sound a little bit like an echo chamber here, but I know even for myself, someone I would consider myself, very spiritual. And I've gotten to a point in life where I have these goals and these targets, and maybe they have a year tied to them. that's about it. It's the vision. Once you're able to create that vision, worrying about the how, that's in your hands, but it's also, as you kind of mentioned, it's out of your hands. Like, God's going to take care of it. You're going to get to where you're going as long as you stay focused on what that goal is.
Yeah, 100. I agree with that.
Looking back on all the good times and bad times, the ups and downs, what would you say is something that you wish maybe you would have done differently looking back?
I think, like, hindsight, it's hard to really go back, because when you're there, sometimes you just don't have the knowledge or the experience and know-how. So it's pointless to look back. I would have doubled down a little sooner on what I'm doing. It's so important to double down and to believe in yourself, but you also have to pay the bills. If you've got a wife, if you've got kids, or any kind of responsibilities, and you need to pay the bills, you might be washing cars because, that's what you need to be doing today. So it's hard to look back and say, I would have started this earlier, or I would have done that. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Joel, we got 3 fun questions here for you, kind of have the listeners feel like they get to know you a little bit more. First one is, what is your favorite cartoon? The second question is, what is your favorite city in the U.S.? And then the third one, funny enough, because we maybe talked about it, I don't know, your favorite video that you've done on LinkedIn.
So cartoon, I got to go with Family Guy, right?
Okay.
I must. And favorite city that I've been to, or I guess I had to have been there, right?
Right.
I really love Aventura, Florida. Very cool city. Very, very nice little city.
Where is it? Is it a suburb of what major city?
It's a suburb of Miami.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's beautiful down there. What else do I really love? I really hate San Francisco. Can I say that?
That's fine. I'm out here right now.
Wait. New Orleans wins.
New Orleans over
worst city in the world. Worst city in the world. Oh yeah, it definitely wins. What else? What was favorite video?
Favorite video that you've done on LinkedIn?
Oh man, that's hard. It's like, which one's your favorite kid? It's a tough one. I like what I did. I did one day in the car in the dark. I did like a video in the dark. I'm like, look, this is me. At the end of the day, I'm just alone, my thoughts in the car, and it's tough. It's not easy. You got to go and fight. So that was a pretty cool video. I like that.
Nice. And in regards to Family Guy, who's your favorite character?
Dad, I guess.
Peter?
Peter? I haven't watched it in years. You know what I watch these days? My LinkedIn stream. That's what I watch.
There you go.
I don't have time for Family Guy.
That's a great answer.
I probably haven't watched it in like 10 years.
Yeah. Hey, when you're a content creator, it might sound a little bit weird, but there really is nothing better than kind of going back and looking through everything that you've made. And it also helps you get better at it as well.
I mean, I was thinking about this morning, like, I starve for content. I used to hear all this stuff about content, creating content. I never knew what it means. Now that I'm doing it, and that also answers a question you asked, like, how do you come up with it? It's because, like, when you're thinking content, everything you come across instantly becomes a piece of content. And it's kind of hard to teach, but you have to kind of get into it, and then you see it. It's just there. Oh, that happened. Oh, great. I can write about that. I can take a picture of that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'm starving for content, but I have so much. Like, I can post 10 pieces of original content a day, and it's original, I think.
Yeah. It definitely is. And for everyone listening right now, if you want to see how original it is, go ahead and connect with Joel on LinkedIn. Joel, what is the best way to get in touch with you? Is that how to do it?
Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn usually gets answered within the hour. It's Joel Wolh, WOLH, and you'll see me. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, Joel, thanks again for coming on the show. This has been a great chat, and I know personally I've gotten a lot of value out of it as well, and I hope you enjoyed your time here.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Much appreciated. Great interview, and keep on killing it, man.
Likewise. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next episode. Remember, in all you think, say, and do, take it to the next level.